Selamat pagi Mbak Adri dari Direktorat Afrika juga bergabung dari Kemlu. Jadi supaya bisa nanti menjembatani dari aspek bilateralnya nanti Bu. Teman-teman dari Kemlu juga. Kalau dari Kementerian Pertanian, Direktorat Jenderal Peternakan ya Bu ya. Saya juga melihat nih, I saw the speaker, Mr. Muhammad Lawal. Very good morning, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mr. Lawal, how are you?
أخو الكريم كيف حالكم؟ وعليكم السلام كيف حالكم؟
Alhamdulillah.
Masya Allah, barakallah, Allahu Akbar.
How are you doing? I've been almost 7 days. I left for Sokoto.
Inshallah, Sokoto is still waiting for you.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, yeah.
I sent a message to Professor Junaidu also.
Sokoto to Abuja to Malang.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay. Has he joined us? No.
So now across of continent, yeah, Asia to African continent.
Yes, inshallah, khair, biiznillah, wa qudratihi, biiznillah wa qudratihi.
Alhamdulillah.
How many of them have joined us?
I saw numbers of colleagues from Malang and also from capital headquarters also join with us. So now we are expecting the team from the center in Sokoto.
They should be able to join now. They have just called me. They have joined.
Okay.
I am right now in Kwara State.
Okay.
In Kwara State. I came to Kwara State. I will yes, for a water and irrigation workshop. Thereafter, inshallah, I will return back.
Okay. Okay.
Inshallah. So I'm joining you from Kwara.
Are you going to Kwara by flight or by overland?
I went by flight.
By flight, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I by flight.
How many hours from Sokoto to Kwara?
You have to come to Abuja, 45 minutes.
I see.
Then from Abuja to Kwara, 45 minutes. You cannot get direct. It's not like Surabaya to Bandung or to Jogja from Malang.
Yeah, that's why we also will advise, whether to the federal government or to the state government, basically to use our national product on the aircraft. We have at least 2 types of the aircraft with the propeller. It is good for the short landing and the short distance.
Good.
Yeah, it is been built in Bandung, West Java, from TDI.
Maybe. MashaAllah. Then you need to push this, and maybe Governor Tambuwal discuss further with him.
You're right. You're right. I also saw some catalog that we are belong about this aircraft. Very good morning. Assalamualaikum, Professor Junaidu.
Inshallah, I believe if you can do that, those 2 things from hello.
Very good morning. Assalamualaikum, Professor Junaidu.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Alhamdulillah.
How are you doing, sir?
Alhamdulillah.
Inde ba Professor Mariam ta koyi gabatun da su henga.
Wallahi ina ma na shigo Kaduna na so Zaria.
Allah sai to Allah ya kama muna. To banga su Faruku ban da sun haɗu ba. Yanzu kuma na da mu ga su. Ban sun samu connection.
They are all there kuma don mu yi magana su just some few minutes ago.
To da Allah sun motsa.
I will give
Saras, is there anyone will be expecting coming also from the center in Sokoto?
Yes, I think we even spoke this morning, and it was even late just because I wanted to connect with my iPad, which is better and clearer.
Okay.
I was surprised that they are still not on. They are all at the center.
I see it on the center. Okay. Because I saw numbers of colleagues from Malang. They're already on the station.
Okay.
They're already at the station. So I guess if we can wait for another 5 minutes, let's say, then we can continue.
Okay. Okay. They said they're trying to join.
Let some of them try with their fastener. Try fastener.
Yes, I think that's what that's what I will tell them, so we don't waste time.
Yes, I would like also to greet my friends from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
All right.
At least like right now we have two colleagues from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Andi and also Ms. Andri. Yeah, they will join with us.
All right.
To enrich our knowledge about the our initiative for this project.
All right, that's very good. Once they join, we can commence so that they can join us later, so that we don't waste so much time.
Okay. So let me start for another 1 minute.
All right.
Okay. From center in Malang.
They said they are trying to connect.
Okay, they're trying to connect. Okay. Is there anyone who will join with us from Malang?
Yeah.
Okay.
From Malang?
Malang.
Yeah.
From Malang.
From Malang. The Singosari National Artificial Insemination Center.
From Singosari?
Yeah.
Singosari.
Singosari. Singosari ya, Bu ya?
Singosari.
Singosari. So there is no more participant from Singosari?
Yes, no more.
Okay, we will start for discussion. I saw also another participant, Dr. Faruku Bande. Yeah?
Yes, Daruk Farouk, that's from Sokoto.
From Sokoto, welcome. Join with this event. In this program, we are start by 8. Is it too early? Is it for Nigerian? For Indonesia also, which is stay in Abuja. We start by office hour on 10 in the morning. So please 8. But our colleague in Malang or maybe in Jakarta also start their office hour by 8 and will be end by 4 in the afternoon. Normally in a day they spend at least 8 hours working hours as the civil servant according to the national law.
Okay.
I saw the progress. A lot of numbers has been made by the center in Singosari. Today, basically, we are in the same time with the signing of MOU between Singosari with another parties, yeah, from the foreign parties as well. So it's the chance for enrich.
Which country?
Which country, Bu Malang, Bu Saras?
Hello?
Assignment about Mas kedengaran?
Malang.
Ya, assignment Indonesia.
Between, we are not hearing her clear.
It's not clear.
The voice is not loud enough. I think.
Okay.
Malang.
Malang, Bu Saras.
Yeah.
Brother Pani, we are not hearing Malang.
Malang is not clear.
Malang. Okay. So I still waiting one participant joining from Sokoto. I guess we can start.
Yes, we can. Prog is there. Bande is there. So
I think we can start.
Mr. Bandeyebo. I also requesting to Mr. Lawal for the opening prayer after we open all this event. So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay.
Honorable Professor Abdul Qadir Usman Junaidu, the Commissioner of Animal Health and Fisheries Development, Sokoto, and your team in Sokoto State Ministry of Animal Health and Fisheries Development.
Yes.
On the Honorable Dr. Kresno Soeharto, Director of Singosari National Artificial Insemination Center in Malang. From the Directorate General of Livestock and Animal Health Service, Ministry of Agriculture of Indonesia, or who's representing him. My dear colleague, my brother Muhammad Lawal Maidoki, distinguished participant virtual meeting. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
On behalf of the Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia, also the Ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia, convey also the regards for the President Malang, and he also trying to get into this event in this morning. I would like to introduce myself again. My name is Fahmi Aris Inaya. I'm in charge for the political and economic affairs at the Embassy of Indonesia. I'd like to welcome for you all in this virtual meeting to explore possible cooperation on cattle breeding program between Sokoto State and Indonesia, which we understand this initiative has been slightly postponed quite long, less than 1 hour, but hopefully we can start again to continue our journey. Before we continue, let me pray to God, the Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, for His blessing and protecting us until today. I would like to please my dear brother, Malam Muhammadul Lawal Maidoki, from the Sokoto.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
Okay, please, Mr. Lawal.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala Ibrahim wa barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim fil alamin innaka Hamidum Majid. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin sayyidina wa nabiyyina in the name of Allah, our Creator, our Cherisher, our Sustainer, Master, and you alone, we seek for your help and guidance, those whom you favored, not the path of those who may this meeting be beneficial to the people of Nigeria and Indonesia as a whole.
I think that is a problem. I can't hear him. Hello? My Lord, I can't hear you.
Apologize for the internet unstable connection.
Yes.
So please be anticipate in this technical error during our event on this program. Thank you, Mr. Malam Muhammad Lawal, for your opening prayers. Thank you. Before we proceed to the main agenda, allow me to highlight numbers of development and recall our memory with regard to this project, Sokoto, Indonesia. Again, I will asking, is there any problem with my voice or sound or something like an interrupted voice? If not, we will continue. We noted that, yes, we noted that on March 27, on 2022, the Sokoto delegation led by the chairman of Sokoto, Mr. Awal Maidoki, and the Commissioner for Agriculture and Livestock Sokoto, Professor Abdul Qadir Usman Jainadu, visited the Singosari National Artificial Insemination Center in Malang to explore cooperation on the development of artificial insemination facilities in Sokoto. The result of the meeting are stated in the form of minutes of meeting, which basically agree on the desire for the further cooperation in the form of providing technical assistance. In addition to the visit, the Sokoto delegation also agreed to commit providing fund as a value as $1,060,000 to support the realization of the project, and continue on 22 until 25th September 2020. Last year, our ambassador has met with the governor, chairman of SOSECOM, and the commissioner of agriculture and livestock to encourage the acceleration of the realization of cooperation with Singosari National Artificial Insemination Center in Malang. In the meeting, all the participants agreed to the importance of the Memorandum of Understanding as a basis for cooperation between the center in Sokoto and Singosari Center in Malang. And in October 2020, we also noted that the center in Singosari Malang sent the draft of MOU, under the title Project Document of Technical Cooperation between Nigeria and Indonesia on artificial insemination for livestock improvement. And in the response, the center in Sokoto expected to be able to immediately send a response to the draft of MOU that have been submitted by Singosari National Artificial Insemination Center in Malang. However, I found that on November 2020, the center in Sokoto has agreed on the goals, objectives, scopes, and detailed activities. But there is several concerns. One, the document is addressing Federal Ministry of Agriculture, but the right address should be Sokoto State Ministry of Animal Health and Fisheries Development. And then the progress of reverse linkage needs to be reviewed as the time stated has elapsed. And then the training should also be reviewed. It can be as soon as the MOU signed. And establishment of breeding station. In order with this establishment, there is a need to have a standard requirement for establishment of the station. The list that has been sent to the Singosari National Artificial Insemination Center requests for the review and advice to meet with the standard requirement. Continue that the center in Sokoto is expecting to revise document or draft of MOU because it was to be used to capture budget on 2021. But now it's already on 2021. The center in Sokoto has been forwarded a list of the equipment that are available at the center for further recommendation on what should be done to upgrade it to the standard level. The list of equipment in our artificial insemination center, as stated in the letter, it is about 15 to 17 numbers of items, which the image has been delivered soon to the Singasari National Center of Artificial Insemination. On this regard, on the 26th September 2021, the team of the embassy has visited the center a few days ago and captured the image and short video of the center to bring forward to Singasari Center for their result. And today, on the 4th October, the virtual meeting between the two parties involved to discuss more deeper on the continuation the project initiative in the artificial insemination. I also noted number of challenges. The center in Sokoto has not sent a response properly to the draft of MOU as an cooperation agreement proposed by the Singasari Center. Correct me if I'm wrong. The dispatch of the expert from Singasari cannot be carried out until the COVID-19 situation improves and the MOU is agreed. And then another challenge is the center in Sokoto is waiting for further assessment or recommendation on list of equipment for the establishment of facility into the standard level. There is an issue of funding which amount to over $1 million. There is need to further clarification on the source of the funding. But of course, we also acknowledge, at least as the Professor Abdul Qadir also has been mentioned, 7 of the progress that the center in Sokoto has been made. 1, setting up a committee specifically for the artificial insemination and embryo transfer, topic. Artificial insemination and breeding center is already established, as I see on the team of the embassy. And then they already also established a joint coordinating committee, and also the project management unit has also been established, and sensitization and registration of beneficiaries of artificial insemination has commenced throughout the state. And others development has been made by the Sokoto Center. So in this regard, some of the highlight information with regard to this initiative been delivered, and the time for the two parties to more deeper and explore possible cooperation. The first, I will give the time to Honorable Commissioner, Professor Abdul Qadir Usman Jainadu, to give your explanation, or if you want to make some presentation, please, I will share with you as the co-host as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fahmi, and good morning and assalamu alaikum to everyone.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Let me thank you very much for convening this meeting, which we feel is very, very important to us and you, as well as express our sincere thanks and gratitude to Almighty Allah for making us see this day. I would also like to extend our sincere thanks and appreciation to the ambassador for his untiring effort in trying to see that this program is achieved successfully. Based on your presentation, I quite agree with your presentation, and I would like to say that we have made some remarkable achievement since our last visit to Indonesia. We are aware that the COVID-19 has affected the progress of our meeting, as well as continuation of the program. Perhaps would have been done with the program by now. I would like to state that the last thing that we did at the time we finished with Indonesia's visit was to ensure that you sent in a technical team to assess our facilities and see what we have on ground and recommend to us what should be done to upgrade our center. Unfortunately, due to COVID, that visit couldn't hold. In your last visit to Sokoto, you are able to see the center and you have seen the facilities that we have. We have also documented the facilities and sent to you to make your own assessment and give us your technical recommendations on how we are likely going to upgrade the center to make it of international standard, as well as to see that we can make it commercially viable. In this regard, we have done all the necessary things by documenting the facilities we have, including the number, which I believe some during your visit to even videotaped some of them, apart from what we have sent to you. It is expected now, before we now adjust the MOU, you would have seen the facilities we have and now see what we require to make it a better one. At the same time, to ensure that we can be able to produce whatever we want and make it very viable, especially when it comes to the commercial aspect of it. Because we want to be a hub, not only in northern Nigeria, but in the whole country when it comes to artificial insemination and embryo transfer. It was unfortunate we were unable to physically see your center as a result of COVID during our visit. We were limited to some few places, but we're optimistic that by going through our documents that we have, you'll be able to see what we can do to make our center a better one, particularly as we have more of artificial insemination facilities than that of embryo transfer. Secondly, I would also like to see the possibility of where you can be able to assist us so that we can be able to have facilities that we can be able to produce our own semen by just producing it here locally without having to go and purchase semen. Currently, we have to purchase semen from abroad, and we believe that if we can be able to get our own equipment, we can be able to produce and process our semen and also be in a position to even sell it to people that may need it, especially now that is very scarce in the country. So if we can have your communication on what we have seen during your visit and on what we have sent to you, we can now see how we can readjust the MOU, because MOU can only be signed when we are on the same page with what we have on ground, with what you have seen, and what you will recommend for us to do to make our center a befitting one that is of international standard. I believe for now, this is my submission, pending further discussion that will go on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Commissioner, for your submission. So now we are listening from Center Singosari in Malang for your presentation. Silakan, Bu. Thank you. Yeah. We cannot hear your voice, Bu.
Is it clear? Sudah jelas, Pak?
Okay, now it's okay.
Okay, ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, Honorable of Sokoto State, Professor Junaidu, Mr.
Good
Lawal,
morning. Good morning.
And other delegations, and also Honorable Pak Fahmi. Thank you very much. Already facilitate us to have this meeting. Alhamdulillah, it's a pleasure for us to meet again with you all. Once again, maybe I will introduce myself. I'm Sarastina. Now, with our team from Singosari National AI Center, Dr. Yayu, Ibu Natalia, Mas Herbowo, and also Astiana in her Zoom account. And for this moment, allow us to explain about the progress of our cooperations and our discussion. Maybe we will share screen.
Yes, please. You are not become the co-host.
Yeah, okay, Pak Ohani, in this moment, maybe we try to explain again and make some highlight about the concept draft of our operations. Maybe we can review again, we could review together, especially about our document. We already sent to Sokoto delegation about our document. But from your explanations, maybe today, we can get some focus from you that the first focus may be to upgrade your center to produce the process cement, and maybe in the future, maybe for the commercialization about the process cement that you produce. Next slide.
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah, okay. Maybe this is our experience. Once again, I will try to explain about our experience. And this operation, we already write in our document. And in this slide, maybe we want to tell that the type of our operations usually we become the scope of activities and also the durations of the program. Maybe we can see that the scope of activities. First, maybe we want to assist to how to capacity building, transfer technology, maybe from technical training, internship, and also technical assistance. And the second is institutional enhancement, maybe for NBC, like National Breeding Center Formations, AI service, and also process cement distribution chain. This is the scope activities usually we use for our collaboration to other countries like Kyrgyzstan and Suriname. And from the scope of activities, we always about the durations of operations. For the durations, we become short term. We can do for just one phase of activity or one training like that. And the second, maybe for medium term. That is a multi-level program or training. And the third is long term. This is more comprehensive project. This is need durations maybe 3 years. Like we make a cooperation with Kyrgyzstan and Suriname, we already assigned about long-term cooperation. Maybe from this type of cooperation, we can adopt for Sokoto State. And this is also our cooperation with Kyrgyzstan and Suriname. This is just example for you. In our document, we mentioned about this pillar. We make 4 pillars for the project document. The pillar first, this is for the strengthening of institutional capacity of the management of AI program. The second pillar, strengthening of AI service and improving livestock productivity. Pillar 3, improving the distribution network and system of frozen cement product. And the pillar 4, this is monitoring and evaluations. Because all of the project, we have to make a monitoring and evaluation about our activities, programs. And this is about the detail about the scope of activities. In each pillar, we make some activities. Maybe for the pillar 1, strengthening of the institutional capacity of management of AI program, we have activities first, formation of NDC, training program in the field of AI and animal breeding, and internship in the field of AI management. This is pillar 1. Pillar 2, pillar 3, and pillar 4. This is all pillar, we make detailed activities. And all this scope, we also include the scope base in our document. We already sent to you. And usually before we make assignment of memorandum of understanding, we have to do some activities. First, maybe diagnostic mission. For our cooperation, our experience, diagnostic mission, we have to do to go to the country, come and we can we take some information in there directly. We can see about the potential of the country. But now we have a pandemic situations, and we have a pandemic situation. Maybe we can make a diagnostic by online. Maybe we can chat and you can share to us and show us how about the situation in Sokoto, in your especially in your center, AI center. And after that, after diagnostic, we will draft about the project document. And after drafting the project document, we have to correct from us together. And after that, if all of us agree about that, we will make the validation mission. And the project document approval. And after that, we have to make letter of commitment between two parts, from Sokoto and also from Indonesia. And after that, we can assignment about a memorandum of understanding. Okay, in this slide, maybe we also need some supporting data to find out what other or another program that Sokoto also needs. And also for us, Indonesia, for Singosari National AI Center, we also identify our potential. And after that, we could offer what cooperation we can do together. And thank you very much. We already get the data from Sokoto. Maybe like that, setting up of the committees, especially for artificial insemination and embryo transfer. Artificial insemination and breeding center is already established, the joint coordinating committee, and etc. But if possible, we need more detail about this statement. And also, this we already get also about list of equipment you have. Some of the equipment we can use for frozen semen productions, like liquid nitrogen tank, water bath. They can use for embryo and also for frozen semen. We already get the data. We already get also the picture from Pak Fahmi. Thank you very much. this is some machinery we can use for both, yeah, for ET and AI, for frozen cement. And this is, I will explain to you about Singosari National AI Center. This is our facility, and maybe our machinery like that. You can see about this is our center just focus on frozen cement production, not for embryo transfer. But we can do together. We can do together in one center. You can do, but some equipment or machinery cannot use. Some of machinery we have a spirit between embryo or frozen cement. This is our center. Yeah, Singosari National AI Center is under Directorate General of Livestock and Animal Health Services, Ministry of Agriculture, Republic of Indonesia. So our program or activity and cooperation, we have to make a report and get some guidance from Jakarta. This is our vision. Maybe I just make example for you, and we need also the profile of your unit, your facility or your center. This is our center, and this is our center. Maybe you, yeah, maybe you can see about some facilities we have. This is for frozen cement. We have a container tank for storage. We have many, and we also distributed our frozen cement to some countries, 7 countries. This is our bull and buck, the various breed of our bulls and buck. We have 13 bulls and 4 kind of breed of buck. And we already applied about international standard ISO 9000 and integrated with 37001, and also we implemented ISO 17025. This is our facility for the bull. We have to have a special barn for the bull. We have exercise facilities for the bull, like that, and for the collecting cement, like that. And this is for our laboratory. Our laboratory, because we produce the frozen cement, and each year we have to produce around 3.5 million doses of frozen cement, and one day we can produce around 20,000 doses a day from 13 bulls and 4 breeds of buck. And all the frozen cement we produce, we have to have standard. We have a national Indonesia standard, and the quality must be passed, and before we distribute to all over Indonesia, also for export. This is our facilities. Maybe some different. We have maybe special for refrigerator, big refrigerator. For the evaluation, we have to separate evaluation room with other room, like that. And for the dilution, we use standard international also for the dilution. And we have special printing. The printing, this is, you can use also for embryo. And filling sealing, this is a filling sealing machinery. We put in the big refrigerator. And also we have freezing, automatic freezing machine. And for the freezing, this is different between embryo and also for the frozen semen. Different automatic freezing machine. And we have also storage container for frozen semen. In Indonesia, usually we use a mini straw. But for maybe your center, you can use usually you use a medium or mini straw. Okay, this is our facilities for training. Maybe one day in the future you can send your staff go to Singosari and we have many kind of training, technical training, and this is agrotourism. We have facilities for visitors to come to our center and look around about our all activities. But we have to make a biosecurity, a strictly biosecurity. This is our other excellent services. Maybe you can read later. We can send our presentation to you. This is our international activities. And as I explained before we assign about the MOU, we have to decide about the scope and duration of our cooperation. If we already agree about what scope you need, how long we have to do the cooperation, so we can make a document. We make a validation about the document, and after that we can sign the MOU. And this timeline progress discussion, maybe Pak Fahmi already explained about this. Next, this is the constraint on cooperation development. The first, maybe we are limited of information to develop a program design. We need maybe a national policy program and blueprint of livestock development in Sokoto, maybe like that. A country report if you have a profile of your center like that. A current situation in Sokoto, livestock statistics, production system, breeding, feeding, rearing management, implementation of reproductive technology. And maybe if you have a building or barn, you can also give us more information about that. If you never produce about frozen semen in your center, maybe we can try to make to draft about how the design of the barn like that. And we need also organizational structure in the field of livestock services. And maybe you have data implementation of AI program. Although you use imported frozen semen. Also for your institution, maybe we need institutional program, your center, organizational structure, maybe human resources. We need the composition of human resources you have, the capacity, academic background, and competency in technique, especially in artificial insemination. Okay, we have project challenges maybe in the future, improvement of livestock production in Sokoto, improvement of AI service value chain in Sokoto, maybe frozen semen demand in Sokoto and neighbor countries, improvement human resources and technician capacity in the field of livestock production and artificial insemination. When you already produce your frozen semen with high quality, the competency of technical in the field also have to competence to do the AI like that. Enhancement of cooperation between Indonesia and Sokoto in the wider scope. This is a project key indicator. We already put in our document. We make the document for Sokoto. We already sent. This is for long-term cooperation. And we need the duration of about 3 years. This is about the funding. The budget proposed in project document will be used to cover all project activities. And the government of Sokoto will be the main contributor of the project. And if possible, to get support from international development partners, such as IFDB, and etc. This is the program preparation. We need some preparation. First, maybe official request for AI development cooperation to Indonesian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Ministry of Agriculture. Charge Sokoto and follow up. The cooperation will be designed as the official program of the ministry. If possible, we already make timeline, maybe this October 2021. And the next activity, comprehensive information or report regarding the real condition, current situation in your center, and livestock relation and breeding program or policy in Sokoto. And our center, Singosari, will analyze the data to develop program design, scope activities, budgeting, outputs, and outcome of the project. If possible, we can do it in these 2 months. Wow. Inshallah. Inshallah. And after that, we have to finalize of the program plan about the project document. Maybe we will make a correction. Review one by one. Yeah, review one by one the document. And engage with development partner. Maybe Sokoto will engage with development partner as funding contributor assisted by maybe Singosari. We will give you some PIC and ISDB like that. And drafting MOU agreement, the program will be implemented after MOU is signed by both parties and become effective. This is the further steps also, fact finding, what is needed, what should be provided, detailed information regarding current facilities. I already mentioned this, raw material, equipment in Sokoto in order to give appropriate recommendation and photo of videos. Indonesia has different center of artificial insemination and embryo in Bogor. List of equipment, AI should be separated some, but some we can use both for AI and also for ET. Arrange the scope of activities during pandemic situation, because after we assign the MOU, we have to do maybe more in online, maybe like that. Online activities or offline activities. And we need also the policy about livestock in Sokoto, maybe organization structure. We already mentioned about this, and also human resources. This is arrange detail, budget expense, prepare official project document, engagement of with development partner and other stakeholders. Okay, I think that's our presentation. Maybe we can start for the discussion.
Excellent. Excellent presentation. Thank you, Bu Sarah.
Excellent. Excellent. MashaAllah.
MashaAllah. It's already very clear, right?
Inshallah, yes.
Good.
Even though we understand the long journey and a lot of challenges, Yeah, but finally we have to start from the beginning. As the Madam Saras mentioned that on the first stage is to send an official letter to request an official request to the Ministry of Agriculture. Then it will be an official program of the ministry. So it is very positive development, I guess, the response.
Mr. Fahmi.
Yes. Yeah, Mr. Muhammad Lawal.
Alhamdulillah, we would like to appreciate the Malang presentation, very educative, and it has captured the trajectory of what is really required to make impact on this collaboration. But the last word you have said, as far as the writing of the letter is concerned, to the best of my knowledge, Sokoto State Government has written a letter to the Ministry of Agriculture in Indonesia and has copied both Indonesian Embassy in Abuja and the Nigerian Embassy in Jakarta.
Okay.
And before we proceed in this discussion, I would like to let you know that our embassy in Jakarta, headed by His Excellency, the new ambassador, I was asked in this meeting.
Oh, yeah,
and I would like you to formally welcome him to this meeting.
Okay.
And inshallah, from here we expect high level cooperation, facilitation of these issues. I will raise other issues after Professor Abdulkadir Usman Junedu might have responded to some of this. But this one, he can also remember the letter is written. And I think we also wrote a reminder.
I will ask the response from the signatory. But before we are continue
for other issues again,
yes,
then that can be replicated once again. So, but now we await the professor to respond, and probably His Excellency the Ambassador of Nigeria may also chip in, and then inshallah we will conclude the discussion on the way forward. I have my own submission, but I will wait after the commissioner, inshallah.
Okay, thank you. But then before we continue, we will welcome to His Excellency Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in this event. His Excellency Mr. Ogah Usman Ari, welcome in this discussion for exploring the possible cooperation in cattle breeding. So please, if you would like to address some point on this imperative cooperation in the sector of cattle breeding, we welcome. Please, Excellencies, Mr. Ogah Usman Ari. Excellency, Mr. Ogah Usman Ari, the Ambassador of the Republic Federal Nigeria to Indonesia, which is stationed now in Jakarta. I also will welcome to my colleague from the Embassy of Nigeria in Jakarta, who is participating in this program. So in response to the presentation from the Singosari Center, I would like to take, this is the open-ended discussion. So hopefully we can take a lot of information at the end of this discussion. But then of course, in response to the last information given by the Singosari Center, I would like to ask further from the Sokoto to make another comment. While we are waiting for His Excellency Mr. Ogah Usman Ari to deliver also his submission. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Fahmi. And let me also seize this opportunity to welcome His Excellency, the Nigerian Ambassador to Indonesia, Mr. Oga Osman Ari, and his staff of the embassy. We also wish to thank them for all their hospitality during our visit to Indonesia. I have listened to the excellent presentation by Madame, and it has been very educative. As rightly said by Sadokin Sokoto Malol Medoki, I am also aware that a letter has already been written. I think you can cross-check and find out if there is a need for any new one. We can arrange for that. I have seen what they have, and I'm pleased that already a timeline has been assigned by them, and I think we can be even able to fast track the timeline, as most of the information we're able to even supply them, like documentation of what we have, as well as the resource persons that we have. I am pretty sure that we have documented our technical staff, their qualifications and their experience. But with what I've seen, we are going to get a more comprehensive list of what we have and their functional status, as well as the number of staff we have, and also their qualifications and their experience in AI and embryo transfer training programs. We will be able to follow the timeline, as you have said. The time you check, by the time you finish checking whether the letter has been sent or not, we'll continue with the other standards of the program plan. I'm sure by the time we follow it, we should be able to complete the process of the program up to the area of memorandum of understanding signing. The documentation will commence immediately today. We'll recommence the documentation through photographs and video coverage. We'll show you our facilities that we have, and we'll write a comprehensive report on our cattle breeding program, which has various components that include pasture development, artificial insemination and embryo transfer, the liquid nitrogen production aspect, as well as the live animals that we intend to bring in. This will give you a more comprehensive idea of how the program runs. As for training, we will also see, by the time you get the list of our technical experts, you can see where we may perhaps require more training in terms of capacity building of our staff. One of the areas which I believe we may need your intervention is that of semen production. As I've told you, we need to have also a very detailed information on the requirements that we need to have to be able to produce and process semen in our state. I have seen your facilities, and I am pretty sure that if we have the information and the cost implication of what we need, we can be able to do that successfully. And with the training that our staff are likely to have, will now go a long way in improving the dairy and meat industry in Nigeria. Already many states have visited us, and they are trying to copy what we are doing. The Federal Minister of Agriculture, the Central Bank of Nigeria, and myself have all come to Sokoto, and they are appreciative of what we're actually doing. Just 3 days ago, commissioners of budget across the country came to Sokoto and were able to hear our presentation. And they already scheduled another meeting where they will bring in some of their commissioners of agriculture to Sokoto to visit and see what we are doing. But we really want to go far ahead of that. We want to be of a very big center of international standard that will be the hub of livestock development in Nigeria. And the government is already processing some facilities from African Development Bank that will expand the program for us across the 23 local government areas of our Sokoto state. So I think what we need to do for now is to receive those documents that she has just presented, especially the program preparation, which will enable us to make sure that we key in and produce all the required information that is needed by the center. What I believe the center should do now, by the time they receive this information, is for them to assess our level of preparedness to start to kickstart this program. If by the time they get this information, they'll be able to access what is really on ground and what is missing for the center to be upgraded. Similarly, we need information on the facilities we need to ensure that we can commence cement production in Sokoto State. This, if we do, we can be able to send this within the next 1 week. I assure you by next week, you will have all the necessary information you need. The level of our livestock policy in the state, the level of our preparedness for the program, and how far we have gone, and the various components of our cattle breeding program. This, if we do in the next 1 week, it will enable you to fast track all other areas without having to reach next year to even write the memorandum of understanding. For now, that is my comment. I perhaps expect my colleagues from the other center in Sokoto. As I've told you, I'm away on national assignment, and my colleague from Ilori now, Mandalol Medoki, can also make their own comments. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your quick response. I guess.
Let me see that. Let me greet my ambassador. I'm just.
Yeah. That's why we expect the ambassador, Excellency.
Good morning, sir, Your Excellency.
Excellency, we would like to welcome you, and then please, you give us some direction to the participant on this forum for the benefit of the cooperation. Please, Excellency.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, we cannot hear the voice, Excellency. Please unmute the. Please unmute. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam. You need to unmute the Excellency. Yes.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. We hear, but the Excellency's voice.
Mrs. Chidi Okeke, the officer covering the economic desk. On behalf of His Excellency, all protocols duly observed, I want to say that it gives us great pleasure that this process is ongoing right now, because the embassy has been looking forward to a day like this. So I want to congratulate the government of the Republic of Indonesia. I want to congratulate the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Sokoto State government for their input and all that they have done to ensure that this day, that what we have been expecting has come to light today. So I want to encourage the Sokoto State government in all their endeavors. And I want to say that we are proud of what they have done so far. And we are looking forward to the finalization of the processes in due course. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, madam. We are very grateful for the accommodation.
Okay, thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much. I would like to address, but unfortunately, the name of the label in your screen is not so clear to address your name.
I think, okay, Mr.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Excellency.
Yes, okay. All right, my officer who is covering the beat just interjected. Okay, I welcome everybody to the forum. And before I even came to assume duties here, I've been fully briefed on the ongoing program. And we've been trying to see how the program can lead to the next stage. And now that this pandemic has tried to kind of forestall the progress, and now with the easing of pandemic and steps are being taken to ensure that next level is achieved is very commendable. We're here at any time ready to fast track and ensure that all these processes kickstart And I'm also waiting to visit facilities here in Indonesia, at least to have a first-hand sight of what Sokoto state government had come here to see, so that being in the coordinating position, to be easier for us to say this, and that. And with the help of the technical people, which are from Sokoto State and from this side, we'll be able to midwife and see that the process goes to next level. And I'm sure in the couple of years to come, we would rather now ask Indonesia to come and also take new breed and new improved cattle breeding from Nigeria to Indonesia as a reciprocal gesture. So I thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you, Excellency, for your brief and inspiring.
To add what to His Excellency said, we were able to produce the first breed in the world, a combination of Brangus and Sokoto Gudani. So
Inshallah, inshallah.
So Indonesia will take more from us.
Yes.
Inshallah. So it is our challenge, yeah.
Yes.
I also need to inform my colleague from the Singosari Center. Yeah, we are doing a lot of cooperation, not only in the cattle program with Sokoto. Yeah, but we are also address a lot of sectors in Sokoto, more and more sectors in Sokoto. So now our project initiative in regard to the cattle breeding program will enrich good cooperation between Indonesia, in Nigeria, in particular with Sokoto as a state. It is good also for us to elaborate further. We've been noted that at least at the same time, we understand in preparation to the next step of the cooperation, we noted at least numbers of seven steps, what is the important step that we have to take necessarily. Currently, we observe as the diagnostic mission, but unfortunately, during this term, the diagnostic mission is not easy. We face the tremendous challenges because of the pandemic. But the Singosari Center already offer in another way how to make this diagnostic mission can be done. So please, maybe this time for the interactive discussion. It is the most in technical discussion, of course, between the two expertise. Yeah, you may combine your expertise and knowledge. But of course, there is one administrative challenges when our friends in Sokoto also mentioned that the MOU should be addressed to the Sokoto State Ministry of Animal Health and Fisheries Development. But then our existences of institution in Malang, in the Singosari, is under the Directorate General of Livestock, which is under the National Ministry of Agriculture. So how can we combine this between the, not the gap, but according to the administrative level, it has to be answered properly. So please, we open a discussion.
Okay, Pak Fahmi.
Yes.
Yeah. About the official letter, we have been accept about the letter from Sokoto, but the letter is still global scope, and still the letter include about embryo transfer. And also we accept about the letter about the visit delegation of Sokoto. But we need maybe the letter more specific for us, and especially in order to proceed the document drafting, and we hope we can have support to achieve finalization program or cooperation from both government. And the letter may be addressed to Foreign Affairs Ministry. Yeah.
Yes.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Yes.
And make a copy to Ministry of Agriculture, and also our DG, Directorate General Livestock and Animal Health, and also for us, for Singosari. Yeah.
Understand? Yeah. So it is, we have to set at the initial stage is the administrative level, but I believe it is can be answered well and also well noted by our colleague in Sokoto, yeah, because in the previous letter it's not clear enough to mention on the more specific the scope of the cooperation. So I saw Mr. Lawal is already raised your hand. Please, Mr. Lawal. Your voice is not so clear, Mr. Lawal. Again, please. Again. Your voice is not clear, but we can see your. Okay, okay, now we can get you.
All right. My first observation is to request for the Malang group to use the microphone near them, because the last comment I could not hear. Even when she was making the presentation, we are following the slides, but we are not hearing her very well. I'm sure you two might have observed she is far away from microphone, so there was a lot of echo.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, for further contribution, we would like them to use the microphone very near to them so that we'll be able to hear very well. Secondly, I also want to join my brother, Professor Abdul Qadir, to welcome His Excellency, the Ambassador of Nigeria in Indonesia, in the waiting, and to appreciate him and his staff for this wonderful and encouraging comments. And we pray God to guide their tenure, assist them, and also not only this artificial insemination, but if they go back to the letter of Sokoto State to the embassy, there are a lot of about 5 to 7 projects we intend to collaborate with the Indonesia. Number 2, I would be very happy if he can visit Malang and visit also some of the areas we have penciled for collaboration during his stay in Jakarta. That will really help. And already there's a plan for His Eminence the Sultan to visit Indonesia, if you can remember, possibly in the middle of January. So I think we may have to, after reaching certain conclusions, the letter has to be written formally to really inform him about the subject matter. Now, I also would like to say, Professor Abdul Qadir Usman Junedu is not only a commissioner of animal health and supervising Minister of Agriculture now, but he is one of the pillars of veterinary medicine in Nigeria. Right now, he said he's on national assignment in Kaduna State. You can understand that he is one of those who have taught so many veterinarians and have actively participated in many activities that are almost too numerous to mention with regards to animal health or animal husbandry in Nigeria. Therefore, when you are dealing with Professor Abdul Qadir Usman Junedu, it's like you are also dealing with a chunk of Nigerian government, both at national and the state level, of even many other states. So the artificial insemination issue is not a new thing in Sokoto per se, because Sokoto state government had several contacts with places like South Africa, where they brought live animals, and also with the Argentina, where some of his staff were also trained in Argentina. So finding out from what he's going to submit of what we have on ground. It's not that we are starting from scratch. No, we have gone somewhere, but we need to go more advanced. And our vision is to really, as he said, make Sokoto State one of the livestock, hub in terms of artificial insemination and embryo transfer. So my request is the letter to the ministry. If you now conclude from the embassy, you are here, and the ambassador of Nigeria is also here, His Excellency. Therefore, if you all conclude that Sokoto has to write another letter, I'm sure Professor will be willing to write another letter immediately as a follow-up to the last 1 or 2 letters we have written to you. Number 2, I think we need to agree, though another way has been suggested by Malang, but the governor of Sokoto had earlier approved invitation of at least 2 personnel from Malang to come down to Sokoto and physically assess, just as you have done when you visited in Sokoto last week. I am sure with the subsiding of the pandemic, there isn't any much trouble. They can come, and that is where the final and physical assessment could be done. And if that will help in putting up the MOU and all other things that we may need, I'm sure the cost is going to reduce, because some of the things we are talking, the Sokoto state government through the Ministry of Animal Health has those things on ground. Secondly, if that is not probably possible now, I am of the opinion that we cut down the time limit. The governments are transitional. Our own government, from the federal down to state, will have general election, and by 2023, another set of people will be elected. So it's good if we can pursue this agenda and finish it before the new government, is elected. And Sokoto is looking at a more sustainable way of having this project on ground. Therefore, we really need the understanding and cooperation of the Indonesian side, right from the embassy here in Abuja, the embassy in Jakarta, and also the Malang, for us to really reduce the time limit and start to actualize this issue as you have personally visited Sokoto and see. So for me, if Malang can reconsider maybe sending the delegates in November, that may be ideal. It's only a suggestion, but it can be confirmed by the Honorable Commissioner, Professor Kader Usman Junaidu, or another time he feels we can get this as early as possible. Then finally, sharing this document she has given, that definitely will assist in making it more easy for us to study and follow up, including us and the embassies, the 2 embassies, inshallah. So this is my humble request as far as this issue is concerned. And I think, inshallah, it is not out of reach if we can consider such issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. Mr. Lawal, you have been touching about the most possible offer from the government of Sokoto to bring in our expert from Singosari to visit Sokoto directly. Of course, if I'm not mistaken, this offer also include and how they are traveling to Sokoto. There is an airfare ticket, there is an accommodation, and maybe something that we can elaborate further by the letter to confirm that our willingness and seriousness to invite the expert from Singosari. But of course, there is a lot of information that we need to explore. The time is go very fast. It's already 1.5 hours. And I believe everyone here is very busy. we have the platform of the WhatsApp group. Yeah, at least if we cannot satisfy in this meeting, virtual meeting, we can continue to discuss in the platform. But of course, we also agree to open another meeting to make in the unity of the perception, the unity of the perception. Of course, there are some challenges still in front of us, like at the administrative level. We understand the Singosari Center is under the Ministry of Agriculture, and then Sokoto is the one state in the Federal Republic of the Nigeria. So, and how to bridge this, whether we can connect only, by the end of the opinion, the player is only two centers, the centers in Singasari and the centers in Sokoto. So these centers will be in cooperative level, and they will do something for to get the result of the cooperation. So if there is any idea on how we can bridging this level of administrative, or maybe from Singosari, if there is no objection, yeah, that the cooperation will be made between the Sokoto Ministry of Animal Health and Livestock in Sokoto with the Director General of Agriculture, Director General of Livestock, and in the Ministry of Agriculture of Republic Indonesia. So in this regard, if you agree with this, then the letter will continue, as the Mr. Lawal also mentioned, that the Professor Abdul Qadir will willing to set immediately the letter according to the request by Singosari. If any comment or further opinion, please. Table is yours. I saw from the Ministry for Foreign Affairs also here. Yes, I saw numbers of friends in the meeting room in the Sokoto Center. I like to also inform Ibu Saras and my colleague at the Singosari Center. The facilities in Sokoto, yeah, I can say compare with the Singosari. Of course, we need further advice and assessment, but it is good if you can see by yourself, by your own, to check directly by visiting and sending the expert to make a more better and reliable assessment. Please, for anyone who want to take the submission.
Pak Fahmi?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay, Pak Fahmi. Maybe we will send our presentation in WhatsApp group, and after that, maybe we can continue to discuss in that platform. And thank you very much about this meeting, and all your suggestion, Sokoto suggestion, we will be noted and respond well as soon as possible. And we can continue maybe discuss in WhatsApp group.
Okay, one question from me, it is for the administrative level. What about the level of cooperation between your institution, according to the level, is the national level, with the Sokoto as the state in the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Can I have your opinion?
Pak Fahmi, if I may, Pak Fahmi.
Yes, please, Mr. Heru from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Good morning for our Nigerian brothers. Good afternoon for our colleague in Singosari and also in Jakarta. I see His Excellency Ambassador Olga also attending this session. Thank you very much for this opportunity for me to speak up to deliberate in this important discussion. I'm Heru. I'm a deputy director, one of the deputy director in African Directorate, which also I'm in the desk of Nigeria, and several other West African countries. What I'd like to comment is about the proposed MOU. We know that the Nigeria has a federal system with Sokoto as one of the state. But actually the BBIB Singosari, which is located in East Java, is actually a branch of central government. That is this is a unit, working unit at the national level, which if there is an MOU that will be signed, it cannot be signed. I think not only for, in respect to the central in Singosari only, but also under supervision of our central government. That is why Pak Fahmi asked about what is in Nigerian system about this kind of arrangement. If for us, we would like if there is for us, we is representing the national government, and we would like also inquire if the Nigerian state also representing a federal government. But of course, this like Pak Fahmi said, is an administrative arrangement, but it's also important because if our superior ask about this, we can answer with firmly. That is our concern from the ministry. Of course, we will support this kind, and we are very glad that this going on, because I believe this already started like almost 2 years ago before the pandemic. And the pandemic itself is challenges for us, and we will see if we can support this endeavor to, because at this moment, actually, we don't have any what you call it, umbrella MOU or something in terms of technical cooperation with Nigeria. We hope that this kind of MOU will step by step will add to one of technical cooperation umbrella between our countries. And we believe that our center in Singosari is one of the excellent center in Southeast Asia, at least, with regards to artificial insemination. And also we, as our center in Singosari already presented, they have very many cooperation with other countries, and they already know what, how to do it. And I'm only suggesting that this administrative arrangement will be discussed further before we signing the MOU. That's only our opinion, because one is from our center is representing central government, and your centers located in the state government. It's just for us to answer our question from our superior. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Heru. This is a very valuable input for us.
Let me make a small comment on that. Let me make a small comment on that.
Yes.
Yeah, I perfectly understand the position of the Deputy Director from Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we're aware of this. And on our own side, we're trying to bring into focus quickly how we can now ratify outstanding issues in our joint commission, so that it will form a platform where this kind of agreements can be quickly nipped in the bud. So we are working seriously on that, and with this development now, we'll also report back that the need for us to quickly tidy up that area so that this friction area will really be taken care of. So we're working on that, and I assure you that we'll do our best to ensure that before the MOU comes into effect, there will be that general platform where the fear of the federal government and the state, Sokoto state government will be taken care of. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you, Mr. Heru. This we can understand and see how we can quick to answer all the challenges in the administrative level and also in the technical matters because we are see to make a good combination between the two centers is not only need the administrative arrangement, but of course the most important is on how the expertise can meet. I believe it will not be settled on few minutes, in few minutes. So I guess we have another 20 minutes to the end because we agree for the 2 hours meeting. And if there is any comment from Singosari for the offer given by the Sokoto to bring in the expertise before November, which is possible or not possible?
November, Pak.
Yes, on November they are expecting because the government actually the governor is already agreed with to invite if I'm mistaken maybe Mr. Abdul Qadir can elaborate with this kind of offer.
Usually the process, the expert going abroad, they need more 2 months. Need more 2 months maybe. And now it's already October. Maybe if you make a letter this month, maybe on December or January, the expert can go there.
Alhamdulillah. So they can trying to secure the time limit. I hope Professor Abdul Qadir also will be discussed further with the team of Sokoto. And while we are trying to invite the expert from Singosari, there will be some progress in administrative arrangement and also the progress in some requirement in the technical matters. I saw numbers of people also gathering in the center in Sokoto. If you like to make a comment or opinion, please.
Yes, please. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
All protocols duly observed. I would like to say a very good morning and good evening to all the participants on this platform. I would like to make a contribution or an observation. In the last meeting we had, we talked seriously on the issue of timeline. My name is Dr. Adam Abdullahi Abdul Qadir. I am the Director of Veterinary Services, Sokoto State. We talked extensively on the issue of timeline. Alhamdulillah, we now have a timeline, and we need to work religiously with the timeline so that we achieve what we want to achieve. In the past, we have similar experiences like this. We have collaboration with a South American firm called SABT, South American Breeding Technologies. And all these protocols and procedures were laid down, but they were not strictly adhered to. And that was one of the problems we experienced. So please, we want to make sure that we have a time frame, a work plan, and this work plan is being followed religiously and strictly, so that I think we have little time. We have no time. We have to start somewhere and we have to finish somewhere. And the issue of implementation is also important. Once we have our timeline, we have an activity, let's make sure we implement that activity to the finish before getting to another activity. So I think this is my contribution, and thanks. I want to say congratulations for having this meeting, and I do hope that we will try to learn and leverage on our past experience so that we can move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my colleague from the center in Sokoto. This is very valuable input there when we mentioned about the time limit, the timeline. Of course, those who understand about the timeline is the parties involved between the two centers, Singosari and Sokoto. So as the embassy, it seems also been agree with my colleague from the embassy of Nigeria in Jakarta. We will keep watching. We will protecting this initiative, and we will taking necessarily to guard this initiative to be implemented. But we can see the milestone. If we agree, the dispatch of the expert from Malang, let's say sometimes in November or December, it is like the milestone of the initiative. The milestone meaning we will see the seriousness of the two parties involved to implement this project to become more realities. So I guess there is some homework, of course. The letter required by the center in Malang to center in Sokoto, it will be fulfilled soon, if I'm mistaken. More detail, and because in the previous one is still in the global mentioning about the global initiative, but then now is trying to focus only to what is that artificial insemination. But of course, as mentioned by Ibu Saras in the earlier presentation, they also agree if want to combine, but it will be take another time and other parties. If we can focus on the artificial insemination and followed by embryo transfer, it would be much better to cut the timeline. So the Sokoto has to be prepared on this letter, and we also understand the timeline. It could be appreciated if the letter also mentioned the timeline proposed by the Sokoto. And with regard to this, we will see the positive response from Malang, with regard to the letter. Is there any comment, opinion, or any suggestion from the participant? So now we are almost close to the agenda.
Enough, Pak Fahmi.
Okay. From the Embassy of Nigeria, do you want something to say? My colleague from Sokoto.
From Sokoto team.
Yes, please.
Assalamu alaikum. I wanted to say thank you very much for the presentations, and hopefully we shall soon see the implementation of all these work plans. May I request on behalf of the Sokoto team that the admin should please send the presentations to us so that we can look into it and follow all the queries that have been raised so that we can meet the gap. Also, if possible, the recording of today's meeting can also be shared. I will send my email to Anis so that she can be able to share the presentations as well as the recording. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. It is your suggestion. It will be followed soon. We understand in our WhatsApp group platform, we have two admin, Mr. Bande Yabo and Ms. Anissa from the embassy. For those who want to join with this platform, it is an open platform. We can exchange our views and opinion, also data. Yeah, we will try to secure, of course, the data will not be out to for the unnecessary parties. Soon we will distribute. I guess Madam Ibu Saras also willing to share the presentation for the benefit of all of us. And it is good to continue our step in another platform. And maybe if in the progress we can make in that platform WhatsApp group, then we will continue for this kind of virtual meeting to make our preparation more clear and comprehensive. If there is no more question, there is no more opinion, I'd like to to say thank you very much for the participation in this meeting. And of course, this is my appreciation for the participant, for contribution and their value of expertise sharing an idea. And we hope we can continue in another platform. All the result of this meeting is not only been saved in your own directory, but of course we will say and mention on in the another platform for the continuation. If there is no more, I would like to ask Mr. Lawal Mahidoki also to closing prayer for all of us, and then after that we close this event officially. Mr. Lawal, are you with us?
I'm with you.
Okay, I request you to take a closing prayer.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin sayyidina wa nabiyyina Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma inna nas'aluka bi annaka antallahu ahadus samadul ladhi lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. May Allah reward Mr. Fahmi, the Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia, and the ambassador and all staff for organizing this meeting as way forward. May Allah also reward our embassy in Jakarta for joining this meeting and for all the encouragement words we had from them. And may Allah reward all the staff and other facilitators from Malang of this very unique collaboration that we think is coming for the first time in the African continent from the Indonesian side. May Allah help the government of Indonesia, the government of Nigeria in achieving more collaboration, more brotherhood for the purpose of the humanity, progress and development. May also Allah help the Sokoto state government and the leadership of the Ministry of Animal Health, Professor Abdul Qadir, and all his staff for being there for us in this very important assignment. And may Allah ease all our activities, including the pandemic issue, which has bedeviled nations across the globe. Allah, you are in control of everything. We rely on you, and to you we depend, and you will see us through, surely, because we believe in you. With this, I said everyone can recite Al-Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen ar-Rahman ar-Rahim Malik Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim ghayri al-maghdubi alayhim walad-dallin. Amin. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So now we are officially closed the meeting. We will see in another platform. God bless for all of us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Pak Ibu. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Thank you. Terima kasih, Ibu-Ibu di Malang. Nanti kita ketemu. Assalamualaikum.
Malang.
Ya, assalamualaikum.
Yeah, the ambassador, His Excellency, the ambassador of Nigeria. I plead to wait for me to come and escort him to Malang, because I was in Malang, but I didn't enter the area. I want to see the Broncos and see all the beautiful, side of the Malanda Singasori. Inshallah.
I'm willing to accompany you. I'm willing to accompany you, Malam. Malam Maidaki. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum. Excellency, thank you, Excellency. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
So ya Sokoto ya jama'a mu.
Alhamdulillah rake da barka da kokari mun gode kwarai mun gode kwarai.
Sannan
insha Allah. Kaji akwai magana mai alharma zai zo.
Naji a January ko?
In Allah so haka ya faɗa, kuma na fatan Allah ya tabbatar da haka din.
Amen. 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 Amen.